All right, listeners, it's time for Law in Our Life. That means that Hyunju is here in our studio. She is a lawyer who practices here in Gwangju, and she's also a guest on our show. She's going to help us understand the intricacies of the Korean legal system. Hello, Hyunju.
Hi.
It's good to see you again. Did you do fine with Joel the other week?
Yeah, it was great.
All right, very good to hear. And you're fine? Everything's well right now?
Yep.
It's a tough time.
Yeah, right.
I know that. And of course, now we're upgraded to full condition. We're wearing masks here in the studio.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the viewers of your show might actually appreciate that I'm wearing one. We'll see. Now, we've got an interesting topic today, right?
Yes.
What's that topic?
Today's topic would be, can parents post their children's photo without the children's consent?
Right. And this is a very modern issue.
Yes.
Right? Like, some laws are very old in basis, but, this is something that, our parents didn't have to worry about this kind of thing.
No.
This is a very new thing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. Nowadays, most of the parents share their children's photo by posting them under their SNS accounts, such as Facebook, Instagram, or personal blogs.
Mm-hmm.
Some think it's a natural thing to do, but some are concerned about its persecution in the long run as it leaves social footprint without the consent of their children.
Ooh, I've never heard the term social footprint before either, but that makes sense.
Yes, I just learned it from the news.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's exactly the right kind of expression. We say carbon footprint to talk about our pollution. Our social footprint. This is a weird thing. I grew up thinking, I'd be embarrassed if my mom showed baby pictures of me. The idea now of those baby pictures being on the internet seems crazy, but lots of parents do it, right?
Yeah.
Do they have that right?
Or is it illegal or is it legal?
What's the deal?
I'll just do this
Sure.
part. First, the right to one's image belongs to the person of that image, the child in this case.
Okay.
So in Korean constitutional law, Article 10, right to one's image is a type of basic personal right.
Mm-hmm.
We call it 인격권. 인격 means identity or dignity.
Okay.
So such right is protected regardless of the age.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the right to one's own image or photo is not parents' but the child's.
Uh-huh.
However, there is no specific laws regulating the violation of such privacy right by parents, and in Korea there is no lawsuit against the parents for posting photos yet. So the act of taking a photo or posting photo of another without his or her consent may constitute torts in Korea, but however there are additional legal elements to consider to finally find it illegal.
Right. And of course, that's only for the parents. I mean, if I take pictures of people's kids and put them online, that's the parents could sue me, right?
Yeah, it can be a different thing.
But with the parents, I guess none of these children have grown old enough to sue their parents yet.
Not yet.
Right. Maybe they're going to want some of that influencer money if their parents become famous. Can there be other Korean laws that this kind of gets related with?
Yeah. Also, depending on the comments or image that goes with the photo, it can constitute online defamation. Sometimes it can also be regulated by Personal Information Protection Act, as the image can be a piece of information that can be used to identify the person with the combination of other information such as name or ID number. However, until now, there are no dispute over the parents' online posting of children's photo in Korea yet.
Okay. Are there any examples of that?
Not yet.
In other countries, though?
Oh, yeah, there are. An 18-year-old woman in Austria sued her parents over their posting of 500 images of her without her consent.
Oh.
While a 13-year-old boy in Canada sued his parents for similar reasons, and he demanded $350,000 settlement.
Wow. Suing your parents.
Yes.
It seems kind of short-sighted, doesn't it? I mean, your parents put food on the table. They put a roof over your head. I don't know, maybe his parents are really rich.
Yeah.
He wanted a bigger alliance. Can a child win a damage lawsuit against their parents?
In Korea, as I said, I cannot tell about the chance of winning such cases yet because there's no fully discussed case about it in Korea, and there's no precedent yet.
Okay.
For example, in the U.S., it would be very unlikely that the child would prevail because there is the parent-child immunity doctrine in the U.S., which means it's a legal notion that a child cannot bring a legal action against his or her parents for torts or civil wrongs. For the civil wrongs parents inflicted while the child is a minor.
Oh, so in the United States, I couldn't sue my parents for things they did that affected me while I was a child.
Yes, there is a immunity doctrine.
Okay.
Therefore, the child may need to find the hook for their legal claims. They can think of claims of emotional distress or defamation or other privacy violations.
Yeah.
But there could be a very high bar for success because, to prevail, a child claiming that a parent's posting a photo caused her emotional distress, they have to prove that the parent's behavior was extreme or outrageous. And in reality, it can be very difficult and very unlikely.
All right. Now, that's the U.S. Are there any other countries that this could fall under?
Yeah. There is some law in France. So under the French privacy law, anyone convicted of publishing or distributing images of another person without their consent can face up to 1 year in prison.
Oh.
And a fine that's equivalent to more than 50,000 won.
Wow.
Yeah, and that could also apply to the parents who are posting the image of their kids.
Right. That's more of that sounds more like a spy cam law.
Yeah.
But I could see how it could be applied to social media, I guess.
Yeah.
But not in Korea. There's nothing like that, right?
Yeah, in Korea, there's no clear rule applicable for parents' online posting of children's photo yet. However, the right to one's image belongs to children, according to constitutional law. So there is possibility that the child can bring a lawsuit against the parents for the damage they suffer due to awkward digital footprints created by the parents' posting. Therefore, be careful in selecting the photos to post online, not to embarrass your children. And please avoid posting photos with information about their name, location, and or school they go to prevent any future crimes against children.
Oh, that's awful to think that's even something to worry about.
Yeah.
Right. I guess a good rule of thumb would be don't post a picture that you wouldn't want of yourself.
Right.
I wouldn't want a picture of me in the shower on the internet. So don't put pictures of your kids in the bath on the internet, right?
Yeah, that can be the golden rule.
Yeah. I don't see why it's hard, but, I get it. Parents are proud of their kids. So what should a parent consider when they're posting photos?
Ray Fitzgerald, a parenting coach, recommended 3 P rules for parents. So it's privacy, perception, and permission.
Okay.
That's to set the privacy setting, not as public.
Okay.
Yeah, to consider whether you would like somebody to post a similar photo of you, as you said. And if you don't like it, please don't.
Okay.
And lastly, try to get the consent from the older kids.
Right. The permissions you said, the privacy permissions, like on social media, that's an important thing. I think a lot of older parents and grandparents don't even know how that works.
No.
That you can choose who can see a picture.
Oh, right.
But yeah, that's pretty important, especially if you're posting a picture of people's kids.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find a guideline, right?
Yeah, there is no guideline yet. But many people agree that the parents should be more cautious when posting their children's photos online, as it can later implicate privacy issues or it can lead to crimes such as kidnapping of children. Also, according to New York Times article, the children whose identities are revealed online will have high chance of exposure to identity crime when they become teenagers or adults in 2030.
Okay.
Yeah, so talk to your children and try to be in their shoes before posting anything.
Yeah, of course. I've actually experienced a little bit of this in my family because I have 2 sisters. Each of them has 2 children.
Right.
And one of them, she posts pictures of her kids doing stuff. But my other sister, her husband doesn't like that.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't, like, he's fine. He'll email us pictures of the kids.
Right.
You know, the family, he'll share tons of those pictures. But he doesn't like what you said, the digital footprint.
Right.
He doesn't want to put his kids online. I think he's got a really good point.
Yeah, sure.
What do you think? Would you put...
My husband doesn't like posting any photos online.
Yeah. Okay.
But I sometimes want to.
Oh? Do you post pictures of him online?
No, but yeah. I do with my kid's photo. But
okay.
Yeah, I try not to because he's very concerned about like all those issues.
Sure. Well, they're important issues to be concerned about. Now, we can also check out this interview. This is available on your YouTube channel, right?
Yes, you can find this segment in video at my YouTube channel. You can find me by searching Korean Law 101 on YouTube.
All right, great. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.